disconnected.
There it is. It's going.
Hello everybody, Andrew Lechner here with Realty One Group in Goodyear, and I'm going to wear my mask because just what I'm going to do. So
you should.
Okay.
You should. Anything to do to protect yourself from me, Andrew. Yes.
Okay. And I'm here today with my good friend Lane Nesper, and he is with a company called SERVPRO. And you know, with everything that's going on right now, we need to do this, wash our hands, social distance. But you know, his company goes into companies to help them, sanitize and protect from the COVID and things are going on. Plus, he does a lot more. So I'm gonna just we're gonna roll with this. This is really informal. We look at the camera as much as possible. When you want to look at me, you can, but you probably
you probably prefer me looking at him rather than you. So.
Anyway, so you know how we do these. We don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to roll. They're just meant to be a little informative and fun. So hope you enjoy this, and thanks for watching. So give us a shout. You give us your Lane Nesper, and you're with SERVPRO, and tell us how long you've been there.
I'm with SERVPRO of Scottsdale and also SERVPRO of Goodyear, Avondale, Southwest Phoenix. They're two different franchises, but they do exactly the same thing like all franchises. If you go to McDonald's, the Quarter Pounder is the Quarter Pounder. With SERVPRO, you get protocols to clean your home after an emergency, to restore yourself, put it back to, like it never even happened is our tagline. And that's a pretty heavy lift when you're talking about fire and flood and the typical things that SERVPRO does. But today, because of COVID, we are also in the world of large area sanitation, fogging, wiping, cleaning, whether you have a positive COVID test where somebody has actually been tested and they are positive for it, or if you just want the preventative of making sure that if anybody came by and may have coughed or sneezed in your business, you can have it cleaned on a semi-regular basis to try to stay ahead of this horrible impervious to any stoppage so far. So we're doing everything we can to stop the COVID. So, in the real estate world, Andrew, a lot of people have homes and they may have had some exposure to it. Even a home buyer maybe want to have their home cleaned before a home seller have it cleaned before they show it. I know just showing a home sometimes is very difficult because you're not sure if you actually want to go through the house because you don't know the conditions there. So we live in a precarious time.
Absolutely. And one of the things I know that restaurants are doing now is they're having inspectors come in and kind of look at everything to see, you know, what might be potentially hazardous. And, you know, because you have to wash your hands and change your gloves often in a restaurant. And so what do you do as far as in restaurants? Because there's a lot of restaurants, small businesses out here that
mostly what we take care of is the seating areas. Okay. A good restaurant has hygiene that it goes through, protocols that they've already got in place. In any good chain has a booklet of how do you clean this restaurant, how do you clean the kitchen, how do you clean the bar. But when you think about it, all the window sills and the doors and the backs of the chairs, everywhere we go today, when you get up and leave someplace, there's somebody that comes in behind you and wipes it off. Well, in theory, that sounds really good, except it's the same cloth that they just used to wipe off the seat next to you. So quite honestly, if you think about it, maybe each time you use a cloth to wipe something off, you should use the opposite side of that cloth for the next one. Maybe replace them more often. But if you use the same cloth over and over and over again, wiping off different surfaces, you're not necessarily and if you don't spray, you don't have the disinfectant on.
Well, what if they had, because there's a lot of them have that COVID anti-spray now, disinfectant. Is it okay using that?
Yeah, sure. Anything we can do, that we don't slobber on each other.
Right.
I think as a culture we may have gotten a little bit too loose with the exchange of closeness. I'm a hugger. I am a flesh presser. I'm a baby kisser and a back slapper. And it's a real hard thing for me to not be able to do that, to be intimate with people on a physical basis. But we have to change that. That's been changed. But keeping an area as clean as you can should just be normal hygiene. There are processes. It's not fancy. There's lots of different applications, lots of different chemicals, if you will. There are natural chemicals. There are lots of things that are killing this virus on contact that you should definitely make sure you take advantage of.
Okay, what are some of the over-the-counter things that are effective in a home?
Bleach works. So the Clorox wipes work. Anything that says kills virus. Lysol works. As long as it says on, and I'm sure marketing today. Over the counter, you walk into your grocery store, your cleaning supply department in Walmart, they're going to have things that say kills the COVID virus. I'm sure. Okay. I don't know what the brands are.
Okay.
But we're more. SERVPRO is more of a large area, rather than a janitorial type service. We're much more of a large area. Where we just disinfected over 600,000 square feet facility out here in Goodyear.
Okay.
So
those kinds of things. So it's, whether it's commercial or residential. Now, if your water tank blows up,
hot water heater,
hot water heater blows up, and it makes a mess.
Yep.
You come in and restore.
Yes, we put it back. What happens is drywall gets wet, and if you've ever seen wet drywall, it really just kind of turns to a paste almost. And if the paper wasn't there holding it on both sides, it would just wash away like sand almost. So any water damage that you get, the water heater, washing machine, you may have a reverse osmosis system under your kitchen sink, and it might feed the refrigerator. Water is supposed to be inside a tube, regardless of the size of the tube. A small one or a big one. Water is supposed to be contained, and when it's not, it is damaging. And if you don't think it is, take a look at the Grand Canyon. That was caused by water.
There you go.
So what SERVPRO does, and we do in over 1,800 franchises nationwide, is we come into the home after the plumbing has been fixed. You got to fix the plumbing, and we're not plumbers. So you need a good plumber. You need a good plumbing referral, call us. We've got good plumbers that we will refer to you. But then we come in and we restore the home, the floor, if it needs it, carpet, tile, drywall, paint, baseboard. If you have a small kitchen fire, and maybe you need to get your home deodorized because there's soot and it kind of smells, but no real damage. But you can't get rid of the smoky smell. We can take care of that. Okay. If you've actually had a fire and you need to rebuild your home, and whether it's a full fire or just a small portion of your home, we can also restore your home after fire, flood. We do mold remediation.
Well, I was going to bring that up because mold remediation is, because I sold a property that I don't know what she did in there, but she just ignored the moisture in the wall, and it ended up developing black mold. Okay, and I couldn't sell the property because of that, and she had to get it all cut out. But talk a little about what you do to help prevent mold.
Well, mold remediation is several different steps. The first thing you want to do is, if you might smell a little musty smell, or you see some little fuzz under the kitchen sink or someplace, or in the shower, and you're not exactly sure what that is, and you spray a little Tilex on it, but it keeps coming back. Mold should be tested for. Now, we don't do the testing because that'd be a conflict of interest. We don't want to, because then every home we tested would be positive for mold, right?
Right.
And there are companies who will do that. You call and say, "Oh yeah, we can take care of that as well." We use an industrial hygienist, where they come in and they take air samples throughout the home, and they identify where the mold is probably coming from. It's a source that you need to find, because it's like if a skunk crawled into your air conditioning system, it's going to smell until you get rid of that skunk. So we need to get rid of that skunk, and it's usually a water leak of some kind. You get that, because mold won't grow without water. Mold's everywhere, but it won't do anything. It just lays dormant until it's fed with a source of food, which drywall is, and water. It needs water.
Okay, so if somebody has a situation going on, how can they get a hold of your company?
Well, you can get a hold of us no matter where you are at 1-800-SERVPRO. That's a national hotline. If you're in the Southwest Valley, the number is 623-537-9999. If you're in the Scottsdale East Valley side, you can call 480-998-7989. We are SERVPROScottsdale.com, SERVPROAvondaleGoodyear.com. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn. My name is Lane Nesper. I'm all over LinkedIn and Facebook. I'm a real easy guy to find, and if you need service with a smile and somebody who actually cares about your home and will make it like it never even happened and put you back into one piece as quickly as possible, feel free to contact me.
Well, there we go. All right. Well, thanks again for watching today. Remember, if you need to do anything with real estate by yourself, please consider using me. And if you have water damage or fire damage or smoke damage at home, please give my friend here a call. All right. Thanks again. Happy holidays. Please stay safe. Bye for now.